Greetings and welcome to a Prayerful Pause. My name is Nancy Woodworth-Hill, and amongst other things, I'm a spiritual director. Today's Prayerful Pause is something that I met at a workshop that I attended several years ago. And this has the advantage of being very child-friendly. It's called Rose, Thorn, Bud. And it's a way to reflect. So, similar to the examine, but quite different. It's a way to reflect on an experience over a time frame, identifying one rose, one thorn, and one bud in one's life. So this practice is done to reflect on a time frame. Perhaps you wish to look at a certain experience, or a day, or a week, a couple weeks, month, or more. So a rose is a highlight, a success, or something positive that happened. Some prompts to help you choose and reflect on a rose would be, what's the highlight in this time frame? How have you been successful? What are you most proud of? What went well? It is also appropriate to consider who and what helped you with your rose. And what were the buds that supported that rose? What was new and exciting? What did you learn that you may be able to use again? Allow yourself to celebrate that rose. A thorn is a challenge you experienced or something you could have used more support with. Some prompts to help you choose and reflect on a thorn would be, what was most stressful? What made this difficult? What would you do differently? What do you need to learn? Who could help? A bud is a new idea that's coming into being, or something you're looking forward to knowing more about or experiencing. Here are some prompts to help you choose and reflect on a bud. What are you looking forward to? What opportunity for learning or doing something excites you? What needs growth and nurturing? Who can help you? What more do you want to know? So here's the practice. Like everything, we have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So begin by choosing a time frame to work with. It could be an event, a day, a week, even longer. Review, if you'd like, the terms rose, thorn, and bud. Then center yourself. Perhaps you can use your breath to bring yourself to stillness. And once you have prepared yourself, then you can reflect. Sit quietly and reflect on each of the three parts in turn: a rose, a thorn, and a bud. Look back within your chosen time frame and identify one of each, one rose, one thorn, one bud. Perhaps you can write them down. If you keep a journal, it's a great place to keep that, or a piece of paper. You could easily split it into 3 columns. You could consider making a piece of expressive art. So put together a collage or a poem, or some work with clay, or movement, or song you could write, a story, whatever works for you to be able to mark these. Other reflection questions, once you have them identified, in addition to the ones that I went over at the beginning, which of these was easier to identify than the others? Did anything surprise you? Who can you ask to support you? Do you see ways you could support others? How can you become more mindful of the roses, thorns, and buds? That is, the highs, the lows are challenges, and the goals in your life. What gratitudes arise from this reflection? Other things to ponder would be, are you wanting to ponder turning thorns into roses or buds into roses? What steps do you see for doing that? Were some easier or more difficult to identify than others? What would this tell you? As you consider which one you'll choose, what surprised you? And if you're doing this in a group, a small group, did you see ways of supporting another person's roses, thorns, and buds? In other words, their highs, their challenges, their goals. And once you have finished reflecting on your choices, it's time to return, to bring yourself to a close. I'd suggest you spend a moment in quiet prayer to God, thanking God for the insights you've gained from pondering these things, your rose, your thorns, and your buds. You can express gratitude for the roses and the buds. You can wonder with God what's needed to nurture buds to become roses, and what you need to help overcome or satisfy the thorns. And this is really an excellent activity to do with children. Give them the opportunity to reflect on the roses, thorns, and buds that they identify in their lives, and then wonder, work with them, have a conversation. How can you support them? Go in peace.